Hello creatives, Mrs. Clancy here, happy to catch up and share with you today some poetry I loved growing up. This is one I read when I was in primary school, Pam Ayres. You can tell by the book it's falling apart, and I want to show you today that poetry can be dramatic and love stories, but it can also be a little bit of fun. So let's get straight into it. It's called Not You, Basil. Basil, he loved Ethel. In his heart there burned a flame. Every night he gripped the sheets and whispered Ethel's name. He saw her every morning, and the breath caught in his throat. He loved her in her summer dress and in her winter coat. Each night the lovely Ethel, she came to him in a dream, and lay reclining in the boat he rowed them in upstream. Her hand trailed in the water, and she was a wondrous sight, saying, "Basil, I can wait no more, marry me tonight." But his love was unrequited. When he saw her every day, she only said, "How do?" and hurried past him on her way to catch the bus to work, where every day from morn to eve she gazed out of the window, thinking of her true love, Steve. Now Steve, he ran a scrapyard. Once a week he knocked the door, and Ethel, she would open it, saying, "I know what you've come for, your rag and bones," she cried, "and here they are in this here sack." And she'd watch her heart flutter as he heaved them on his back. She never thought of Basil, never knew that he was there. From morn to eve she thought of Steve, her fingers in his hair, for Steve was rugged like an oak, while Basil, like a skittle, had no physique of which to speak. His muscles, they was little, but his ardour never cooled, and to himself he sadly said, "If Ethel do not love me, why, I'd just as soon be dead. I'll knock upon her door and say, 'I love you,' and forsooth, she can either take me or leave me, but at least I'll know the truth." So he knocked upon her door, and when she answered, he began, "I know someone you could make a very happy man." Ethel gripped the doorpost. "Do you mean Steve? Oh, can it be?" And Basil, looking at her, he said, "No, you fool, it's me." She said, "Oh, not you, Basil. I thought you'd come on Steve's behalf." As though he'd see a girl like me, she laughed a tragic laugh. She said, "I interrupted you. What were you going to say?" And Basil said, "Don't matter," and he coldly walked away. Back in his house he primed his gun and placed it to his head. "I die for Ethel, though my death will grieve her not," he said. He strained to press the trigger, but his courage up and fled, so he rushed out in the garden and he shot the cat instead. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that reading of Pam Ayres' Not You, Basil. We will be back with some more. I hope you're enjoying reading all the poems that we're putting in your folders. Cheers, miss you guys.